So, we're back with another renovation and interior design project. Guys, for this project, we used slab tiles from the new collection. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to work on this project myself because I fell off a step stool and injured my back, so I asked a friend of mine, who has a lot of experience installing slabs, to help me out. Alright, let's get started. Before installing the slabs, make sure the surface is cement-based, smooth, and completely free of bumps or uneven spots. First, we spray the surface with water to remove dust and improve the adhesive bond. As you can see, the plumbing team is working on the bathroom and making some adjustments to the pipes. The slab we're using has a glass effect design. From a distance, it actually looks like real glass. This is PMA's latest design. We're very happy with this company, and we've worked together on several projects so far. Now we take the exact measurements and cut the slab about 5 centimeters smaller, so we have some room to adjust and move it into position after applying the adhesive. So the adhesive can fully cover the wall surface. If we cut the slab to the exact size, the back of the slab won't fully bond with the adhesive. We usually tape the edges and the cut area to keep the cut clean and prevent chipping. As you can see, we're using a cutting table for this, and my coworker is making sure the excess piece doesn't break off. We take our time and make the cut carefully. The adhesive we're using is a 2-component adhesive. It's mixed with water and adhesive powder. As you can see, we mix it thoroughly for 6 minutes, then let it rest for a few minutes before using it. As you can see in the video, we also cut around the gas pipe so the slab can slide perfectly into place. Default text, we use vacuum suction cups to move the slab. Now we've roughly positioned the slab and confirmed that everything is going as planned. Default text mark the wall so we know exactly where to apply the adhesive, preventing it from drying too quickly before we place the slab. We apply the adhesive to the back of the slab and make sure to use a notch trowel. Default text here, my friend is testing the consistency of the adhesive. Using a notch trowel ensures the adhesive is applied evenly and at the same thickness across the entire surface. This prevents uneven adhesive thickness, so the entire surface has a consistent layer, for example, 3 mm throughout. Once the adhesive is applied to the slab, we also apply it evenly across the entire wall surface. Next, we carefully place the slab onto the wall. As you can see, we left a 5 cm gap at the top so we can adjust the slab up, down and side to side until it's perfectly positioned. Now, for a 45-degree miter cut on the edge of the slab, we use the grinder, as you can see. We don't start cutting right from the edge, we leave about 1 millimeter to prevent chipping. We also polish the back with a 1000 grit pad to make it perfectly smooth and even. Here, we use PVC foam board for the cabinet surface. As you can see, it's very smooth, so we need to roughen it up to give the adhesive a better grip. I used a utility knife to roughen the surface. Guys, one of the benefits of PVC foam board is that it's waterproof and water resistant. Since the countertop is constantly exposed to water, it's a great material to use. We're using epoxy adhesive. Epoxy adhesive works extremely well for cabinet surfaces and PVC foam board. As you can see, it comes in a sausage-shaped tube, which is why we call it sausage adhesive. First, we warm it up slightly until it becomes more pliable. Then, we open one end and slowly squeeze the gun to make sure all the adhesive comes out. As you can see, we rotate the tube completely to make sure all the adhesive is pushed out. Then we comb the adhesive in different directions to make sure it fully bonds with the surface. Now that we've cut the slab, we place it on the surface as a test fit to make sure everything lines up correctly. Next, we cut the additional pieces we need to complete the installation. Here, we're mitering all 4 edges of the slab for the dining table. We don't want any raw edges to be visible. The adhesive is applied evenly and neatly. Did you notice what we did? Guys, before installing it, we dry fitted the piece to make sure everything lined up correctly. Then we secured it with a few pieces of tape, flipped it over, applied the adhesive, and now that we're sure about the measurements, we carefully place it back into position. Here, we check the measurements again, and if everything is correct, we apply the adhesive. As you can see, we apply the adhesive in sections, lift the slab into place, and then bring it back down. We remove any excess adhesive from the joints and corners, leaving them ready for the final grouting. This step is very important before grouting. Since we're using epoxy grout, it's difficult to remove once it sticks to the surface. So, we tape all the edges, leaving only the joint between the 2 slabs exposed. That way, once we remove the tape at the end, the surface will be clean and neat. The more time and care you put into applying the adhesive, the cleaner and better the final result will be. Now, we carefully remove the tape. Here, to cut out the gas opening, we mark and drill the 4 corners using a 2 cm hole saw. For the countertop only, we do the cutting at the very end. To keep the project as dust-free as possible, we use a blower during cutting and place an exhaust fan by the window to push the dust outside and minimize any mess or damage to the project. We've drilled the 4 corners, and now we carefully cut along the marked lines using the grinder. Don't rush this part. Take your time and work slowly to achieve a clean, professional finish for the client. Here, we're also preparing the cutout for the sink. We've marked the lines, drilled the corners, and now we're cutting along the lines. We always use these blower fans on our projects. As you can see in this video, without this fan, the dust would have caused a lot of damage to the materials. Now we do a test fit to make sure the gas cutout is the right size. After the final check, we confirm that everything is correct. Next, we're moving on to installing the wall cabinets. We use the wasted space under the stairs as a storage cabinet. Since this space usually has no real use, we turned it into a practical storage area. The client was very happy with the idea and really liked our design. We planned 3 separate cabinet boxes with the top section following the slope of the stairs. We'll install them one by one, and you'll see the final result at the end. And that's the end of this project. The wall we tiled was designed as a TV feature wall, and this slab has a glass-like finish. As you can see, we finished the stairs with wood. To make them extra strong and durable, we used sycamore wood. This is the mezzanine area, and in the next videos, I'll show you how we built it. This area didn't have any windows, so we added one here, plus another one at the front for ventilation. At the end of the attic, we built a wooden cabinet. We also finished the handrails and guardrails in black to match the stairs, sink, and cooktop for a cohesive matte black look. And this is the view from the project's window. This is the bathroom, where we used slab tiles. We also added a hidden LED light box and waterproof spotlights. And a backlit mirror with a beautiful design. And as you can see, here's the finished kitchen.